Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world today. We're getting our Final Fantasy XIV stream started. And hey there, Lily. Good morning or good afternoon to you, I guess. I hope you're doing all right. How's everybody doing? If you'd let us know down in the chat, we'd love to hear from you. Of course, if you just prefer to lurk and enjoy the atmosphere of the stream with us, by all means do that too. We're just happy to have you here with us. Well, we left off last time. We were in the Fell Court of Troya here in Endwalker patch. We're in patch 6.2 now, so we're making our way through that. Okay, let's see what's coming up here. See what we got to do next. We are having to ride back around somewhere, I guess. They were having us do a bunch of running around last time here in this area. The weather's brutal. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, hitting those high temperatures. That sounds like here. Maybe last week for sure. It was pretty much like that. Right now it's not too bad. When I looked at the weather when I got up, it was still under 70 degrees Fahrenheit, which is good. So I don't know how hot it's supposed to get here today, but man, yeah, take care of yourself there. Stay out of the heat if you can. And we had an air quality alert here too, which is kind of odd out here in this part. But I don't know where it stands right now, but we'll just have to keep an eye on that as well. So definitely be careful on how much time you spend outdoors, and try to stay in where the good air is if you can. Talk to these folks again. Okay. So the clever one hadn't been eaten. If no one wants it, then perhaps... Oh, air quality alert. It just means the air's dirty, or maybe there's too much, could be too much pollen in the air, or too much dirt, just too much debris in the air, I guess, like smoke or something. And it can be due to a number of reasons. You know, it could be natural, like pollen, or it could be just a smog of some kind, unusual level of smog or something like that. Golbez, of course I know of him. Only a fool without ears wouldn't. His archfiends lead armies to ravage and conquer. They devour those they deem useless, those who can't fight. If you don't want to be eaten, then you had better flee, though soon there will be nowhere to run. The archfiends keep only those who are fit for battle. Others must escape or be consumed. Oh boy. If the one who devoured her dies, perhaps the mistress will return. Then I may bask in her gaze again. Golbez, you say? My mistress spoke of him. He commands the archfiends. They are very powerful and have conquered many domains. The mistress bade us defend the castle from them. Yes, she did. It seems the archfiends have been attacking other domains. Their fearsome reputation precedes them. Let's see if I can do something here. My screen is looking a little strange here. I don't know what's going on with that. Oh, that might be why. All right. Let's try that. Whoops. No, it's still blurry as all get out. Yeah, too much of something, you get those too. Yeah, I figured probably everybody around the world has something similar to that. Oh, well, I'm glad you're not allergic to any pollen. I'm not really either, but if there's too much, it can really do a number on you. Oh, the UV index and heat warnings is what you usually get. Yeah, this time of year, that would be something you would get there. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at my screen here. My monitor here I'm looking at is looking kind of strange. Don't know why this is happening. That looks okay. Why is... Oh. I wonder if I move this to another... Oh, that's crazy. But it looks better. Yeah, I don't think there's anything affecting the stream. It's purely a cosmetic thing that's on my other monitor here. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Streamlabs is the graphics on the Streamlabs window only is looking kind of wonky. I can't even read the chat that's on the side of the Streamlabs window here. But I move it to a different monitor and it's looking okay now, so I think I'll just kind of stick with that for the time being. Everything else on the monitor looks like it's okay, so I have no idea why only Streamlabs looked like it was affected. Maybe because of all the graphics it was trying to produce, I don't know. Anyhow, it's like you discovered, it's really not affecting the stream itself, it looks like, so. We'll just keep going. The tasty one returns to tempt me. I mustn't eat you. I mustn't eat you. Yeah, please don't eat me. Golbez, I know of him from those I've eaten. He has minions, and those minions have minions. No one ever sees him. With his army of minions, Golbez would seldom have need to act personally. It will not be easy to reach him. Okay, well. So now I run all the way back to talk to them again, right? Okay. Hey, Wally Wiz, good to see you. How are you doing today? Welcome back, Anne. Were you able to learn aught of value? So, countless voids sent answer to the archfiends, who in turn answer to Golbez, as your vision did suggest. Doing well, awesome. Well, I'm glad you are, and I'm certainly glad to see you again. Garmiglione's aggression is also consistent with the claims that the archfiends conquer other domains. The question is, how do we reach Golbez if he surrounds himself with armies of minions? We could target his other archfiends, or perhaps those who have fled his service. Either may yield useful information. That said, we can't do much while we're stuck on this side. There we go. Zero, I would ask a favor of you. I am determined to save my sister Ajdaya. If there is even a faint possibility that Golbez has her, then I must find him. To that end, I want you to lend us your strength and knowledge. Will you accompany us on our quest? Forgotten the way of my world already. If you want help, offer payment. None here will aid you out of the kindness of their hearts. Any who claim otherwise are liars and betrayers. Or is this less a request and more a threat? If I refuse, will you force me to serve? Surely you must desire something. Name it. I have no purpose. Why would I desire anything? That's why I didn't bother to resist when the ones here fell upon me. What matters in a world that's already dead? By that logic, you've no reason to refuse our requests. The payment need but be to your satisfaction, correct? Did I not already say as much from the start? Very well, Zero. I propose you travel with us, and whenever you perform a deed that requires payment, we will provide it in ether. That's all you had to say. Everything else was superfluous. Fair point. Where to now? Either a place the archfiends may strike next, or where refugees and deserters may seek sanctuary. I know the latter. I'll take you there. I assume you also know how we can get off this isle. I was brought here on a mount. We can leave the same way. Now that you mention it, I did notice some flying creatures near the terraces. Given our numbers, we'll need a large one, but regardless of size, all can be won over with ether. Excellent. Let us go and find our mount at once. Not good. Lord Golbez must hear of this. All right, back to the hydromantic terraces. We should be able to find a mount here. With the castle in disarray, the creatures will be hungry. Just a little ether should suffice. Are you ready? Leave Troy a keep? Sure, I guess. I don't think there's anything else I can do there that's of any interest.
There it is. Good. It agrees to serve. Get on.
Whoa, fire started by car mirror reflection. Wow, that's pretty serious.
What is this place?
My domain. In the beginning, it was a sanctuary for me alone. But over time, others began to gather here. Those who had nowhere else to go.
A settlement of pariahs?
What's that? Mortals! They're mortals! What did they sleep in? Let me have some, let me have some!
You are under my protection here and will not be harmed. I give you my word. Follow me.
This is my abode. The others won't come near, so you may be at ease. While they know their place, if tantalizing ether were to walk by, I can't guarantee they wouldn't pounce. It is a void sense nature to consume, their sole purpose. Even if the pursuit of ether may lead to their undoing, many succumb to instinct. But any who succumb here will have to answer to me. This is my domain's one and only rule, and it is absolute. Consider yourselves duly warned. If you wish to go among the void sent here, that is your choice to make. All have fled from one master or another, but whether any of those masters in turn served Golbez, I do not know. You must ask them yourselves. Most have traveled to your world, so it shouldn't be difficult to communicate. We shall go about making inquiries at once. Thank you for your counsel. Once we've learned all we can, let us reconvene at yonder plaza. You're going too, of course, in which case I shall accompany you. I wish only to observe. Do not expect me to help. Then it's settled. I'm ready when you are. All right, Zero, accompany me. Ready? Then lead the way. I leave it to you to decide with whom you speak. Actually, I bet we leave it up to the game designers with who we speak. That's what I figured. Let's see what the Zero has to say here on this one. Ask about Zero's abode. I call this my abode, but spend hardly any time here. I return only for meditation. While physical wounds can be healed by replenishing one's ether, you can't preserve your form if you lose sight of yourself. Such is the risk inherent in consuming another's soul. It dilutes your sense of self, alters you inside and out. To guard against this, I meditate, visualize who I am in a place of all my own. All right, fair enough. Take a look at the map here. Oh, Zero's hideout. Okay. There's another circle up there, some over here. Yeah, let's do that one first. Just take a look at some of the color they added to the game here. Ask about the plaza. This is the heart of my domain. Normally it's deserted, but you and yours have drawn everyone out. I don't recall this statue, though. However it came to be here, I certainly didn't wish for it. Intriguing. Okay. To walk around with her like that, you're her minion, then? You know I don't take minions. She has some questions, and I want you to answer them. Golbez? I don't know that one. Only Scathach. When she led us beyond the veil, I grew scared and fled. I've been here since. I don't know anyone else, nor do I wish to. That's all I can tell you. Scathach was a powerful voidsent who ruled over a vast domain. That was a long time ago, though, so I doubt she has any connection to Golbez. The throwbacks here to older Final Fantasies are so cool. Ah, stay away from me. If you don't want to be eaten, stay away. Golbez, Golbez. I've heard the name before. Ah, I remember. Always speaking of a great crusade. I don't know what that is, but it sounds delicious. A crusade, you say? From whom did you hear this? Farfarello. He was a minion of another minion. Went on and on about the terrible things he saw. I see. Perhaps Farfarello can tell us more. Maybe. You're one of the mortals. Is it true? When you die over there, you really die? So it is, so it is. What brings you here then? Ah, yes, Golbez. He seeks strong minions to grow his army, so I hear. But recently, he stopped doing that. Instead, he devours all. Perhaps he's gathered enough fodder and is now intent on bolstering his own strength. A sure sign that he is about to make a move. Satisfied with what you've learned? But let's step away before you become too tempting to resist. Okay. Oh, it's just right here. Just right here. It seems the rumors of Golbez reach even my remote domain. Fair to assume he's gathering strength for his crusade, whatever that may be. But I must say, I wouldn't have guessed that Farfarello once fought in Golbez's army. It's a miracle he survived serving an archfiend. I suppose I should explain. Farfarello is the weakest among us. Constantly in fear of being devoured, he seldom consorts with others. The only one he's comfortable with is Ciriato. He's a fellow coward who runs the instant he senses a threat and won't stop until he's exhausted. When their hunger grows too intense, they feed on each other's ether, such as their relationship. But I ramble. You intend to seek out Farfarello, I presume? I guess. Then I'll come with you. He's less likely to hide that way. Meanwhile, elsewhere.
Not only did the mortals conquer Troy, they defeated Scarmalione. I struggle to believe it. They're very small, my lords. They were aided by one of our world, who transformed Scarmalione's soul into crystal. Crystal? This one speaks of Memoria. Now there's something I've not heard for an age. It'll bring a pang of nostalgia to my breast and a tear to my eye. And the very notion wasn't absurd! Drowned in darkness, as were you.
And yet Scarmalione still does not answer. Were he alive, he would have returned by now. Weakest though he was, his ability to regenerate was without peer. If this account is true, if a Memoriat has survived, they cannot be suffered to live.
Leave this matter to me, Lord Golbez. I, Barbaricia, shall strike down any who pose a threat to our plans.
It is true, you are a proven commander, well suited to leading an assault.
And when I have succeeded, I would beg a boon of you.
What do you desire?
The dragon's ether. All that remains.
The insolence. No place.
With respect, my locks are free as the wind, without incentive to sway them. I know not whither they will blow.
Boldly spoken. I trust you will not disappoint me.
Upon this flowing hair and my immortal soul, I will not fail.
Then go and impress upon these interlopers the futility of defiance.
My lord.
And yet Golbez still didn't promise to give her that ether from the dragon. Farfarello keeps to the fringes of my domain, this way. Ask about Farfarello's hiding place. The Void Sent here don't answer to a master. They can do as they please. But all must answer to the hunger and seek out prey when they need ether. Except Farfarello and Ciriato, that is. They are content to take from one another. Barring an incident, they dare not venture out. When he takes flight, Ciriato will not seek shelter until he is utterly spent. Farfarello, on the other hand, prefers to hide in the same place. Come. Oh, whatever will I do now? Ciriato, this is rather unexpected. Where is Farfarello? Farfarello isn't here anymore. He's left. Yes, that's right. Left? That doesn't sound like him at all. Well, he's gone, all right. What more do you want me to say? And off he flees, as he is wont to do. But something about this doesn't sit well with me. What do you make of Ciriato's behavior? He seemed frightened. Perhaps someone had threatened him. I doubt it. Had he been threatened, we wouldn't have found him in one place. No, he would run in circles until he could run no more. That's his nature. As he says, Farfarello is gone, but that is quite unusual. As is the fact that Ciriato, who was clearly frightened by something, chose not to flee, but instead hid here, where Farfarello usually... No. We must go after Ciriato, now. Alright, well, let us go after Ciriato now, then. Ciriato, we need to talk. There's no time. The wind rises. We must flee. The wind rises? What is he talking about? After him. What's gotten into you? What do you mean the wind rises? When the wind rises, she comes. Barbariccia. Barbariccia? Who in the world is that? We must flee, all of us. There's no time. I don't sense anything, but he seems convinced. It's a dead end beyond. We'll corner him. We're doomed. There's nowhere to run. What are you running from? I already told you. Barbariccia, the Archfiend of Wind. Archfiend, you say? We will be devoured or forced to serve, to fight in the crusade, but it makes no difference. In the end, all are eaten by her or her enemies. I didn't want to fight anymore. That's why I fled and came here. I see. That explains everything, almost. I thought it was Farfarello who used to serve an Archfiend, not you. Not you who always ran at the first sign of trouble. You who now speak as though you were Barbariccia's minion. There's only one explanation. He devoured Farfarello, didn't he? Indeed, that would account for his uncharacteristic behavior. So, is that the way of it? Did you devour Farfarello? And not just a portion of his ether, but his entire being. How did you know? Just call me Sherlock Zero. It wasn't only your behavior that felt strange. You felt strange, as if there was more than you present. Now, I don't believe you would have lost control. More likely it was at Farfarello's behest. I can't hide anything from you. I admit it, Farfarello didn't leave. I ate him. He feared Barbariccia more than anything, hated the endless fighting. So he begged me to devour him, that he would never have to fight again. Rather than an eternity of fighting, he chose a moment of pain. For all the good it did, I can still hear his voice in my head. He's frightened, so very frightened. When you're eaten, your essence is blended with that of your devourer, and though you have no control, your consciousness in part endures. Were this a world where the wheel of life and death still turned, the soul wouldn't linger so stubbornly. In time, it would return to the great flow. But there's no such end here, no escape. All know this. In making his choice, Farfarello must have been desperate indeed. And now that desperation has joined with Siriato's fear, driving him to act erratically. This place will become a battlefield. We don't want to be eaten, neither me nor Farfarello, but there's nowhere to go. Nowhere. Then tell me about Barbariccia. I would know who it is we face. It's too late. She's as good as here, and no one can escape her winds. No one.
Mauricio! She has come!
And she's brought her domain with her. The Archfiend's after you and yours, I shouldn't doubt. Perhaps you should go and find them. But be warned, whatever this is about, do not expect us to get involved.
I can't bear it! Eaten and being eaten! I only want to be left in peace!
You and me both.
One of the Archfiends approaches.
They must have been tracking our movements.
She's here.
Excellent. You've saved me the trouble of traveling to Troya.
So you're Barbaricia.
Mind your manners, mortal. My name is not to be spoken, save in reverence and fear. And what is this pitiful domain? Pitiful wretches all. I will put you out of your misery. Alas, poor Scarmiglione, and good riddance. Felled by outsiders in pursuit of what? Pray tell?
A dragon. One who crossed to this world thousands of years ago. Know you aught of it?
A dragon, you say? Huh. My Lord Golbez is more clever than I realized. To let the prize live, that it might lure more prey to us. Very well. In gratitude and service, I shall devour every last mote of their souls.
Where is she? Where is Ashdaya?
Huh. You even share its scent. How curious. And irresistible.
If you think us easy prey, you're wrong.
Unlike Scarmiglione, I need not skulk in shadow to claim what is mine. If you would know about the dragon you seek, then enter into my domain. You may flee instead if you wish, if the fate of the sorry lot here is of no concern to you. One way or another, I will have satisfaction.
What's the plan then?
You're looking at me? Okay. Yeah, if we go, we'd be playing into her hands.
Aye, that we would. Even so, we don't have any intention of turning tail now, do we?
Nope.
We find her and get our answers. Will you be joining us, Zero?
You may be easily goaded into accepting her challenge, but my curiosity is not so insatiable as to cloud my judgment. Nevertheless, if you are desperate for my aid, you know my price.
I shall pay it. So long as you leave me strength enough to see my sister home, you may take as much as you wish. And lest you forget, mine is no ordinary ether. Barbaricia too recognized its potency.
Very well. We have a bargain.
The less time we give the enemy to prepare, the better. If everyone is ready, then let us set forth. Indeed, and yet, my heart weighs heavy for those Barbaricia struck down. Were it not for us, she would not have come here. Should you require a moment, Zero? For what? Barbaricia took what she could. She was wise to strike quickly, as we would be. Agreed. This is no time for sentiment. Only the battle matters now. Word of warning, Barbaricia spoke as if she would give us answers if we were to defeat her. But even assuming she'll talk, which I doubt, I trust I needn't tell you how foolish it is to give an archfiend a second chance. Best to seal her away at the earliest opportunity. If you wish to peer into her past, the memorial will suffice. I'll try, but I make no guarantees. You do that. And if you fail, well, you'll just have to search elsewhere for answers. Rest assured, this won't be our last opportunity to learn about Asdaya. If another archfiend were to fall, Golbez would surely be compelled to respond. We need only wait for our quarry to come to us. Indeed, if our struggles with Scarmiglione taught us aught, 'tis that we must hold nothing back when facing an archfiend. Let us heed Zero's advice and seal her away at the earliest opportunity. If we're all in agreement, then let us be off. We travel by Nizrock. Right, traveling to Barbaricia's domain.
You're not the only ones who can ride the wind.
Leave these ones to us.
I see to Barbaricia.
Storm's Crown. Alright. Alright, let's see what we're going to do here. I'm going to change data centers, I think. So we'll have a little more populated data center to draw people from. Let's see, I'm going to port on back to Charlie first, or well, it doesn't matter where. Port back to Ul'dah first here. That's where I'll end up when I come back from data center. Let's see, I have unlocked the crafters story, so we can do some gathering for turning in studium requests and even do some crafting while we wait for the queue to pop too. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll go ahead and switch to get switched over to another data center, and we'll be back in a little bit here. Should just take a few minutes, I think, so hang tight and we'll take a short intermission here. There we go. That doesn't take too long this early in the morning here in North America. Let's see here. All right, so what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get that duty queued up. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. We've got to get higher level eye level. All right, well, that's going to be a problem, isn't it? We are only at 582. We need 3 more eye levels, so I guess we'll go buy some more gear. First of all, all right. Let's see, what pieces did we get already? We got, with some boots, was it? No, 575. That's all 5. Well, we got accessory pieces. There's a 640. Yeah, some 640 gear that we bought. All right. Let's see. Could go for a weapon, I think, if I can here. Yeah, 640 weapon. How much is that going to be? Yeesh. All right. All right, that gets us to 595, so that should be okay for now. All right, and it says it's going to be more than 30 minutes, which I guess doesn't surprise me too much. So let's go do some crafting or gathering and crafting while we wait on this to happen. Let's see, we've got carpenter. the Star Lens braces, I think, for that one. Yeah. So we need some lignum vitae lumber. Need 6 of those. Okay, we already bought the mats for that, it looks like. Alright, so let's quick synth those up. I guess it would help if I actually increase the number of items I want to craft. And let's see, some dwarven cotton and sea swallow leather. Looks like I can make enough of those, perhaps. Must have already gathered, I guess I already gathered the material I needed for these. Only need to make 6 of these, it looks like. And then some sea swallow leather, looks like. I've already got 2. Can go ahead and just make up all of that, I guess. Alright, which one do we want to focus on? The carpenter, leather worker. Yeah, weaver's the highest. Leather worker looks like the lowest. We'll go ahead and craft on them. Alright, let's see now. If I was going to make this, that's going to be pretty simple, I think. Let's see, what is this? Oh, that's gonna finish it off, isn't it? Yeah. Alright, well, that macro's not something I want to use, is it? Let's see here. Yeah, maybe that one. That one might be good enough to try. Let's wait till this macro runs out here. Let's try that one. That's probably overkill, but I think it may work. Yeah, that'll do nicely. And it is extreme overkill for this particular recipe, but that's all right. There we go. All right, well, that's what we'll do then. We'll use up that high quality to free up an inventory slot. Say what now? Ask a question before changing voice. Oh, interesting. Okay. I didn't even see the notification pop up that anybody had tried. Interesting. Intriguing. Yeah, it's probably best while we're talking or doing the story or something, just so you can at least hear the result. Yeah, I'm actually surprised it didn't pop something up in the chat, or at least notify me here somewhere on one of my status displays. But
oh, there we go. Random voice. Yep. Well, we got a random voice going, so we'll just do some crafting and talk about that while we're doing that. So yeah, that's that one. I saw that one. It looks like it came up using the redeem anyways to have done the trick. Now I'll have to check and see if there's any way to get the panels to throw a message somewhere. I know you
go down in my panels, you can set the voices for free down there. Yeah, I'm not sure why it doesn't show up here that it's actually been used or something. So yeah, I probably need to work on that as well. So anyways, we'll continue on with this craft here and see how that goes. Oh, there was a little blue box in the top right corner. Okay, see, I don't see that here. Okay. I'll have to find a way where I can be made aware that someone has chosen that. Or just go ahead and throw them down there in the redeems or something that people can use those, use them all that way too. All right, well, thanks for the debugging. You know, I appreciate the help there on figuring out what we got to do to make that a little more usable and noticeable for me anyways. Yeah, that would be very good. Oh, interesting. The random voice didn't have one. Interesting. Let's see, I wonder why not. It says it switched it to Fire Dragon here, but maybe it didn't turn on the voice changer. Here, I'll turn it on manually here for a moment.
there we go. Turned on the Fire Dragon voice changer here, so it should be working here. Is the voice actually working right now? I'm just curious. So I've got it turned on manually. I didn't see, or I didn't watch to see if it turned it on. Oh, there we go. Anyways, I'm gonna switch back to
their voice and go take care of this. We are lucky we have gotten the queue to pop here. Yeah, I've got a free panel set down there, so I'm not sure why that would, why it didn't work. So I may have to play with that one offline a bit, see what I can do. All right, let's see if I can muddle my way through this thing. I have no idea what I'm doing here, this being the first time I've actually been through the patches here for Endwalker, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Come, give yourselves to my scouring winds that I may feast upon your essence.
Let's see. Okay, I guess I'll...
Such rich, exquisite beauty. My hair shivers with anticipation.
Something's dropping over that way, it looks like. What's happening here? Ouch. That hurts. I guess I'm probably going to get knocked out here shortly.
My locks are as the wind.
A lock of hair wraps around me.
Soft, strong, and free.
Okay. Especially if I can't get out of that. Yep, I'm done. Whoops.
A fair wind blows. You feel it too, do you not? You've done well to last this long. But the battle has only just begun.
Yeah, take care of yourself, Wally. Love to have you here next time too.
I'll slaughter you all. I'll make it quick.
Underestimate me. Feel my fury! Know your place. Be gone from my sight! The insolence! I'll make it quick.
Close. Hope we can do it.
Don't underestimate me.
Somebody's doing it. Good.
Feel my fury!
Take her out.
Know your place.
Haha, made it through. All right. Just got knocked out one
I
time.
will not be denied.
Let's see.
There's still time. With more of the dragon's ether, I can yet... You're finished. Damn it all!
I see you've bested Barbaricia. Well done.
Her minions too are all crystallized or scattered. The day is ours.
What of my sister? Tell me you learned something about Ajdaya. So the Archfiend and her crystal yielded not.
Our efforts have not been entirely fruitless. We have deprived your sister's captor of another powerful champion. With Zero, we may yet challenge Golbez and his minions.
Indeed. We could not have come this far without your aid. Thank you, Zero.
I but fulfilled my part of the bargain. And now I will have my...
Her ether is nearly spent. Perhaps unsurprising given how much power she used.
I wouldn't want to face another Archfiend without her. We should hurry back to Zero's domain.
Agreed. Eager though I am to continue, it would be unwise to risk our lives for the sake of haste. Let us suspend the mission and tend to Zero.
Though Zero remains unconscious, she appears otherwise fine. Insofar as I can discern, at any rate, being part void sent, her physiology may be rather different from ours. Let us observe her for a while as we discuss our next move. How long do you suppose she will remain this way? I haven't the faintest inkling, nor can I say whether the ether we can afford to share will be enough to awaken her. It would be best to take her back with us to the source. There, she would be guaranteed all she requires. Zero cannot give her consent, but it seems we have no choice. The alternative would be to leave her here, defenseless. Should she later desire it, we can bring her home. And might I ask you to hold on to Barbaricia's memoria? It may yet serve a purpose. Oh? What happened to her? You have business with Zero? We have a newcomer, a former minion of Barbaricia. Let her know when she awakes, will you? Barbaricia's minion. Why not go and find this newcomer? So we have something to tell Zero, if nothing else. Indeed. May I trouble you to join me, Anne? With luck, we might learn something of Golbez. You're the ones who felled Barbaricia. I won't make trouble. I'll obey. So please, let me stay. If you would obey, then tell me all you know of Golbez. There isn't much I can tell. Only the Archfiends are allowed into his domain, wherever it is. None but they know. I see. No better way to guard oneself than keeping one's location secret. How does Golbez communicate with his minions afield? He has these scepters, staves, whatever they are, he uses them to talk to those far away. Not unlike link pearls, at least in function. That will be all. My thanks for your cooperation. My thanks to you as well for affording me the time. I am satisfied, so let us rejoin the others and head home. See ya, deserter void sent. I trust you understand that once we leave the 13th, we will not return until we are prepared to resume our search. Knowing this, are you ready to depart? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, there's nothing else to do here, right? Back to Troya then, and thence home. Everybody's waiting expectantly.
You're all safe. Thank the sisters.
moment while I close the gate. There. We may rest easy for now. Was there any trouble? I expect some void scent slipped through.
A few did, aye. But we were ready and dealt with them without incident.
That is well. I cannot thank you enough for your vigilance.
Yes, you're grateful. But aren't you forgetting something more important? You know, the polite but warm formalities one delights in hearing when their little brother returns from a long journey.
Indeed, you are right. It is good to be home again, among those who I love dearly and missed so much.
And we are glad to receive you, Varshan. Welcome home.
Chambers have been prepared for your use at Megaduta. Let us take Zero there at once.
Mistress Adventurer, we have been expecting you. If you would follow me, I will show you to the guest chambers. Yeah, let's proceed to the guest chambers.
Our mission took many an unexpected turn. I am relieved that we have all returned safely. But before you all enjoy the rest you have earned 12 times over, I would consult you on one last matter.
Zero.
While she appears none the worse for wear, she remains locked in slumber, and I cannot help but worry. Is there aught we can do to expedite her recovery? If her ether is exhausted, perhaps I can share some of mine now.
In the wastelands of the 13th, one can only replenish ether by taking it from others, be it by trade or by force. In contrast, the source is rich in ambient ether. Simply being here and drawing breath, Zero will absorb what she needs.
Then we need but wait?
I believe so. She will awaken in time, and when she does, give her something to eat. Judging by her form, she should also be able to derive nourishment from food. I know you promised her your ether, but perhaps she might appreciate fine harnish cuisine more.
Food can certainly be arranged.
She looks like any other person. Unsurprising, perhaps, given that she is only part void scent.
Zero said before that Xenos had altered her essence. A change wrought, I suspect, with the power of darkness. It acted upon the part of her that is void scent, rendering it dominant. Thus we were able to reverse it with the power of light. I labor to believe that Xenos possessed such arcane knowledge. In all likelihood, it came from Thandaniel. Were Zero wholly void sent, I doubt the crystal would have had an effect on her. One might say that Hydaelyn had a hand in your meeting.
'Tis no exaggeration to say that Zero has proven herself invaluable. A boon from Hydaelyn herself. Her cooperation may come at a price, but whatever it is, I am willing to pay it. Exhausting though it may be at times.
If I may excuse myself, I wish to pay a visit to the High Crucible. While the scales functioned admirably, it would be prudent to have them inspected for signs of degradation. By all means, I shall do the same for this vessel. Then I'll go and meet with the soldiers, share with them what I learned fighting Voidsent in the 13th. What of you, my friend? Have you any immediate plans? Nothing in particular. In that case, might I trouble you with a small task? I wish to have food ready for Zero when she awakens, you see. Would you be willing to go to Meyried's Mayhain and ask for suitable refreshments? Leave it to me. Excellent. In the meantime, Nidana shall watch over Zero. She is already en route. Let us each then tend to our respective businesses and reconvene anon. All right, let's see. Go out of this. Well, let's head over to the cafeteria or restaurant or whatever it is. Welcome to Meyried's Mayhain. Please make yourself comfortable. What? A guest of the satrap has collapsed from hunger? Of course I would be happy to help. You need only tell me what you desire. Let's see, what do we desire here? Yeah, let's say that. A modest quantity of a living mortal's ether should suffice. I'm afraid we don't serve that particular delicacy. If I may, I would recommend something gentle on the stomach, like these apples here. They've just come in and I can guarantee their freshness. Afterwards, once your guest feels better, she's welcome to sample whatever else we can provide. Just let me know. All right. And back to speak with the Megaduda attendant. Welcome back. Lest you worry, Mistress Nidana has been taking good care of our guest. Will you be joining them now? I guess I will.
Light. Is this an inn? What happened? How did I get here? There's no time. I must rejoin the battle. I must...
Oh, you're awake! Wonderful! Ah! Ah!
What is this? Some sort of fiend?
A fiend? Where is it? Where? Ah, but this is no time for jokes. You're in the source, my dear. The world next door, so to speak. The others brought you here after you collapsed. I'll fetch them at once. Wait, just a moment.
I took the liberty of arranging refreshments. I hope you find them as flavorful as they are invigorating.
This isn't what you promised. I suppose ether is ether.
Huh.
Wait. Don't tell me you don't know how to eat?
I took what I needed from it. What's the problem?
Where's the enjoyment in that? You're supposed to bite, to chew, to savor, and then swallow. That's the way. So, did it taste good?
I don't know.
The long years without eating may have dulled your sense of taste.
Well, we void scent have no need for such when consuming others. There are some who speak of taste when describing the quality and affinity of their prey's ether. But I loathe the act. Taking ether in small amounts like this is one thing, but diluting my essence, diminishing myself, I'd sooner die. And I have died, countless times.
You have? But what happens when you do?
Not much. After a while you return, together with all your expended life force. The important thing is to die where others won't devour you.
Amazing! My peers who study immortality and resurrection would be most interested in this phenomenon.
The question of taste aside, I am glad that you are able to partake of food like us. I dare say it agrees with your personal preferences.
That's true. You can keep giving me the same on a regular basis.
Very well. As my guest, I shall see that you do not want for comfort. And one other thing. We brought you to our world without your consent, and for that, I apologize. If you wish it, we will return you to yours once you have regained your strength.
It's fine. I have no reason to go back. Except for yours, perhaps. You intend to cross over again, I take it.
I do. I have yet to find my sister. I want nothing more than to rush to her aid, to find this Golbez and free her from his clutches, if he still holds her captive.
Though if our recent experience has taught us anything, 'tis that the 13th is more dangerous than we ever imagined. Caution must be our watchword.
Better late than never. In the short time you spent in our world, you left a trail of chaos in your wake. You managed to return in one piece this time, but don't assume you'll be so lucky the next.
Rest assured, we will make no assumptions and spare no preparation. Speaking of which, while we rest and ready ourselves, I ask that you tell me more about your home. In return, I will tell you about ours. I will show you my domain, Radzet Han.
Again, a stranger in this strange land. I have a condition. You must come too.
You have my thanks.
This world is brimming with ether. I feel invigorated just standing here in the breeze. Glad am I to hear that. So, is there any place in particular you wish to see? Perhaps where that food came from. Apple, was it? While I don't expect I'll collapse again, it would be good to know where I can procure more if necessary. Merid's Mayhain it is then. I shall introduce you to the head waitress, Milil. And they're accompanying me now. All right. Let's see what they have to say here. This is the place? The air is different here, and I speak not of the heat. There's a texture to it, a fullness, unlike that of elsewhere. You smell the cooking, I believe. Hannish cuisine is quite fragrant and delicious, I hope you will agree. We could attempt to introduce Zero to Merid herself, but Milil is more likely to be available. Welcome to Merid's Mayhain. Greetings, Milil, and may I introduce you to Zero? She is an esteemed guest, and I ask that you see to her meals during her stay. Ah, yes, Merid has told me all. Please come to us whenever you're hungry. We'll look after you. It was here that Anne obtained the apple. While the palace cooks can prepare whatever you desire, 'tis certainly a quick and convenient food. I'll remember it. Who are the ones there moving their bodies about? Is it for some ritual related to eating? The dancers, they move their bodies to bring pleasure to those who are watching. It is a form of entertainment, part of our culture. How needlessly complicated. We Voidsent prefer simpler pleasures. That may be the way of it now, but your world too must have had such complicated diversions once. I don't remember. Well, let us move on. I propose we visit Balshan Bazaar, where goods the world over may be found. What are all these things for? What do you do here? This is a marketplace where people buy and sell goods. Since its earliest days, Radzatan has served as a trading hub, and here you'll find not only local products but wares from distant lands. I should mention that the vendors generally only accept payment in coin or tomestones. If there is aught you desire, I shall take care of it. So that's what tomestones are for. Voidsent returned with them on occasion, but I never knew their purposes. They struck me as useless trinkets, and I couldn't understand your obsession with them. On that subject, there appeared to be no shops in the 13th. Do you never make bargains in which possessions are exchanged? We do, but rarely. We strike bargains when we want something done. If we desire an object, we kill whoever has it. I see, I see. Your bargains may be likened to employment, I believe. I shall bear this in mind. With that, let us continue on. I propose we head to the High Crucible of Alchemia. And let's see. I don't know if I've acquired enough alchemy or enough tomestones of any kind. I've got 81 tomestones here. For that one. Of comedy. What about causality? 342. Okay. Yeah, not quite enough to get anything there. Yeah. Alright. Fair enough. Why, Master Ritra, how may we serve you this day? If you're here for your vessel, I'm afraid we're still tending to it. No, there is no rush. Pray, take as much time as you require, and know that I have complete faith in your work. The High Crucible is home to the finest alchemists. They are the ones who created my bodies and can provide you with healing as well. Now that I think on it, you weren't at all surprised when I changed forms. Were you aware of my nature from the start, that I was a soul occupying a vessel of my own? It's hardly uncommon in our world. When given the chance, many shed their bodies to claim stronger ones. Oh, you must be the rumored guest. We've been most eager to meet you. If you have a moment, would you care to stay for some tea? The sisters know we'd love to hear your tales. No, I've had enough food for now, and can always obtain more without the need for inane chatter. Now, no need to decline outright. I dare say you are tired, so let us save it for another time and return to Megaduda. If aught catches your eye en route, do not hesitate to say so. Let's see where we go. That'll work. Some sort of fruit? Pitiful things, though. I imagine you'd need to eat a lot to derive any satisfaction. These are mulberry trees. While the fruits are indeed edible, more important are the leaves, which we feed to silkworms. Without the creatures, we wouldn't have the silk to make our famous Thavnarian weave. Furthermore, the bark of the tree also possesses medicinal properties. You would be hard-pressed to find a more useful plant. Is that so? Aside from food, I wouldn't have considered any other purpose for it. Master Ritra! And Anne, too! If it isn't young Merad, and that must be your sister, Yasra, is all well at the orphanage? Yes, yes, Your Excellency. The other children are very nice, and we all look out for one another. Oh, just the other day, Estinian came to see us. Everyone was really excited. Truly, Estinian paid you a visit. That is well. Is she a new friend? Friend? You know what that is? What? You mean you don't? She is a visitor from a faraway land, you see, and is unfamiliar with our language. Then we'll teach you. A friend is someone you like to play with. Play with? Xenos seemed to be enjoying himself when he fought you. Is that the same thing? More or less. I see, but is having someone to play with so fulfilling? I still do not understand why. Why he traversed the great expanse. Why he risked life and limb. For you. But I waste energy dwelling on such things. I am not Xenos. I stand to gain nothing by knowing his heart. I'm sorry I couldn't explain it well. There's no need to apologize. The fault is not yours, but mine for failing to make sense of your words. Well, we had better get back to our errand. Goodbye. It was nice meeting you. Through Xenos, I thought I understood the ways of your world. But the more I learn of it, the more I learn how little I actually know. It's all so strange, your behavior and your reasons. I find myself baffled at every turn. But feeling is not unwelcome. I'm learning bit by bit. It was the right decision to join you. I believe Xenos' time here has been rewarding, and 'twas in no small part due to your company. My thanks for agreeing to join us. Come, let us return to Megaduda. Welcome back, Mistress Adventurer. Will you be heading to the guest chambers? I suppose so.
So, what are your impressions of Radzatan?
There's a lot of mortals.
Considering your origin, I can see why that might be your first observation. Though they would call each other people, I think. If you wish to know about our fair city, I should be glad to place a guide at your disposal.
No need. I'll show myself around. There's only so much about my home I can share with you in return, after all. While I remember some few tales of the past, I cannot speak to their authenticity. But if that is enough, then I will tell you of the events that saw darkness engulf our world. The Contra Memoria.
We are all ears. Please.
Long ago, light filled the world and all was at peace. But then the servants of darkness came, and they bequeathed a black art unto men. Channeling the power of hope and prayer, one could call forth fearsome beings known as Eidolons.
The Ascians. And these Eidolons are surely primals.
Then you have faced the same, and understand that when an Eidolon is birthed, strife follows. And in such strife, the weak are the first to suffer. When it seemed the world would be plunged into chaos, heroes appeared. They who were blessed with a singular power. The power to bind the ether of Eidolons within crystals known as Memoria. My mother was one such Memoriate, but in fighting to save many, she herself was touched by darkness, as was I.
And so you were born part Voidsent, before the world was overcome.
How exactly did that calamity come to pass? Did the Memoriates not triumph?
They did. They expunged the seeds of chaos and restored the peace, only to find themselves seduced by the darkness they had sealed. They spread the taint, transforming men into monsters, what you call Voidsent, and raised armies to wage new wars.
Not the first to be corrupted by power, nor the last.
Some defied temptation and held fast to the light. My mother and I among them. For years and years we fought, but it was not enough. And when our strength was spent, our bulwarks broken, so too was the world.
The flood of darkness.
The stars faded from the heavens as a pall black as pitch enveloped creation. Darkness raged unchecked, rending the very walls of reality. I was cast into the rift, and there trapped for what felt like an eternity. Until I came upon a crack. Tiny, infinitesimal, but enough for me to squeeze through. And find my world changed beyond recognition, into the lightless waste you saw.
So that is how you were able to escape becoming a void scent in full.
I suppose I should consider myself fortunate. Were I like most others, I wouldn't have lasted a day before being devoured. We, the lost, are better equipped to survive in a lost world.
A lost world, you say? I wouldn't be so sure. The 13th is still there, is it not?
What are you getting at?
To explain requires that we initiate you into the truth of the source and its reflections. Be warned that this will take a while.
Then, unlike the worlds that have been rejoined, mine still...
The Oracle of Light prevented the first from being completely overcome. So the situation may not be completely identical to that of your 13th. But the fact remains that we were able to restore a measure of balance to a world brought to the brink of destruction. Which gives me cause to hope there may be a way to restore light and life to the 13th.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Of course, these are only possibilities. I offer no guarantees. But having experienced what we have, I dare say we are more qualified than most to speak on the matter.
Wait, I don't understand. Why would you say these things? As if you mean to... But the sole reason you came to the Void was...
To find a dragon, aye. And in light of what we've seen, we'd be fools to strive for more. But we Scions, former Scions, begging your pardon, have a habit of not leaving well enough alone. And old habits die hard, don't they, my friend?
Restoring the light would serve our efforts to find and free Ashdaya. There is no reason not to try.
Do as you will. I have no desire to save that world.
Be that as it may, we will have need of your power when next we face Void Scent.
You know how it works. If you want my help, you must pay my price. And now that you've drawn Golbez's attention, it's going to cost you more. A lot more. I will consider this a deposit.
Oh, I see you try to hydrate while we were in the middle of cutscene. Yeah, we don't get that notification on screen while the camera's not on the screen. So let me do that right now. All right, well, thank you for that. Yeah, thank you for the hydrate. Though our time in the void was short, we managed to ascertain that my sister yet lives, and it cannot be overstated how fortunate we are to have met Zero. But the greater blessing is nevertheless you, my friend, for your encouragement to embark upon my search anew and your help in overcoming the challenges thus far. Golbez and his minions will seek to stymie our efforts. Of this we can be sure. But with you all at my side, I have confidence that we will succeed, that we will find and liberate my sister, and that we shall return home together. Meanwhile, elsewhere.
First Scarmiglione, and now Barbariccia. Useless, the both of them.
It was no lie. They conspire with a Memoriat.
And their search for the dragon will lead them here. The war looms nigh. We cannot allow these interlopers to interfere.
If I may, my lord, I have a plan to eliminate them. In order to guarantee its success, however, I will require Cagnazzo's cooperation. Now there's sport to be had, then I'll play along. As much as I dislike following your lead, I have no patience for scheming.
Well and good to have confidence, but do not forget the cost of failure.
Rest assured, I will see the dream to fruition. Even should I be consumed by my own flames, I will pave the way for one and all.
Then I will trust in your oath and your plan.
We will give you cause to rejoice, my lord. This I vow. Ha ha! Some excitement for a change.
No sacrifice is too great. Even should my 4 archfiends be lost, I will not halt my steps. The prison of passivity is an obstacle to my cause, and so you must fall. What irony that the blessed damned should set us free. as I swore so long ago. The gate lies open. At long last, my ambition shall be fulfilled!
All right, you go, Golbez. Ah, Anne, as always, your timing is most fortuitous. I wish to share with you news concerning Zero. You will recall that, in exchange for ether, she agreed to aid us in our search for my sister. At Ishtola's suggestion, I began providing said ether in the form of food. Zero has found the arrangement to be agreeable and has been eating steadily. In large part due to that, she claims to have already made a full recovery. If you and the others are ready as well, I would set forth for the void once more. Excellent, I shall inform Ishtola and Estinian, and then go to collect my other vessel from the alchemists. In the meantime, might I ask you to fetch Zero? She was absent when I visited her chambers earlier, but I suspect you will find her in the corridor connecting Yuge and Kama. It seems she's grown partial to the view of the city it affords. Once we have attended to our respective tasks, let us gather here. All right, and let's see, next is to speak with Zero. Oh, they're upstairs, aren't they? All right.
Everyone is so carefree. Unafraid and unconcerned in spite of their weakness, and how easily their lives could be torn apart in an instant. Such luxury is a loss to us. We have no hopes or dreams, and even the release of death. Only hunger. Others are a means to an end, at times a literal one. We forge covenants with men and come here to feed, or to die. I thought it would be no different when I was summoned by Xenos. Lives were tools to him, to be used and discarded at whim. In that respect, he was a void sent at heart. But towards you, and you alone, he behaved differently. And I cannot fathom why. What was it that drove him? What made him choose such an end? But enough about that man. He is dead and we are all better for it. Why are you here? Was there something you needed? So you're heading back now. Then as per our bargain, I will go as well.
All right, speaking with Varshan next. Oh, he's
Everyone
big
is here?
again.
Good. Let us set forth for the void once more.
What is it? He's calling.
What is the meaning of this?
Unless I'm mistaken, that was intended for one of your kin. Who?
It was for the briefest of moments, but I felt her. Ashdire.
I thought she was in the void.
As did I. Yet the presence was unmistakable. Thus did I call out, only for it to fade and vanish.
Perhaps she crossed over to the source, then immediately turned back.
I do not know. Could she have found a way home?
The how of it aside, if she was indeed in the source, there may be clues where she came through that could lead us back to her. Where exactly was it that you felt her presence?
Far to the north. That was all I could discern.
The north, you say? Beyond the bounty? Garlemald?
As good a place to start as any. My apologies, Zero, but your return to the void will have to wait.
I told you before that I have no reason to go back there. Do as you will.
All right. I presume you wish to stay here in Radzat-Han until we return?
You've kept me amply fed. I wouldn't be averse to helping you on your search.
If Ashdaya was indeed here, other Voidsent may have made the journey as well. Very well. We would welcome your company.
If it's decided, then I'll contact our associates in Garlemald. It's me. Still talking everyone's ears off, I trust? Understood. We'll see you there. We're to rendezvous at Tertium. We'll need to teleport to make it there in time. Can you?
Aye. I know it well from my time as an avatar.
Then it seems we're all set.
If there is nothing else, let us see to our final preparations.
God's revel, lands tremble. By all accounts, Ashdaya is Golbez's prisoner, yet if she was in the Source, it could be that she managed to escape from the Void, if only for a fleeting moment. But that is mere conjecture. If we want the truth, then we must go and find it. Come, let's make for Tertium. Our friends are waiting. You're gonna zip me over there. I guess so. All right.
Any moment now.
My friends, 'tis good to see you again.
And you. I was worried that the cold wouldn't agree with you, but you're both looking quite well.
You get used to it. It helps that there's no shortage of fuel and heaters like before.
Glad to hear it. Have you been working in Garlemald all this time?
We have. Though the worst is behind them, the people still have a long road ahead. With the nation in ruins and the leadership void yet to be filled, there remains a lack of direction, a pervasive sense of aimlessness and worry.
Still, everyone wants to make things better. And we're here to help. A lot of Garleans wanted nothing to do with us, but they're starting to come round. Slowly, but surely.
It sounds like quite the undertaking.
Indeed, it has not been easy. But we've been able to make progress thanks to the cooperation of like-minded souls. The allied nations continue to send supplies, which allow us to meet basic needs such as food and shelter. Meanwhile, Euless and a number of soldiers have begun a restoration initiative, with more and more volunteers joining by the day.
Like Alphino said, they've got a long road ahead of them. But we'll get there together, one step at a time. But enough about events here. What brings you to us? And with new company, besides.
This may take rather a long time to explain, but bear with me.
The 13th! After traveling to the edge of existence, I thought you'd keep your escapades closer to home for a while. But I suppose there's no stopping you. Not that I'm one to talk, of course.
The heart of an adventurer cannot be denied.
You could have at least invited me, too. Surely there was room enough for me and Grahar in the Undersea Vault.
Oh. I saw we.
Oh, it's fine. You can make it up to me on the next one. But on a more serious note, are we sure it's wise to keep Xenos' former avatar around? I understand how you came to work together, but nevertheless...
You're right to be cautious. I'm a Void Sent, after all. But do not conflate me with Xenos. To recall my time in his service, it angers me.
Is that so? I think we'll get along just fine, you and I.
Now that we are all caught up, to the matter at hand. As we were about to resume our search in the void, I felt the presence of my sister Ashdaya in the source. Somewhere in the far north, perhaps even here in Galmald. If you have seen or heard anything out of the ordinary, I must know.
As a matter of fact, we may have. In recent days, we have had to contend with a surprising number of Voidsent. And not the lesser kind that occasionally manifest, but ones possessed of considerable power.
You think they might have been summoned? By whom?
We're not sure. But as Euless reminded us, practitioners of a certain traditional Garlean art rely upon Void-sent servants. The very same I believe you have mastered. While there are no known Reapers left in Garlemald, we can't rule out the possibility that some are working in secret.
To summon not one, but several powerful Voidsent is no small feat. But if Ashdaya was indeed called from the void...
Then it is likely the same party is responsible. Alternatively, the etheric confluence at the Tower of Babel may have triggered an expansion of natural fissures one could use to cross over. But I think that improbable, if not impossible.
Then we must assume these events have indeed been orchestrated.
Well, summoned or no, we've been trying to track them to their origin. It's the mountains to the east, we think.
Can you guide us there?
I would, but the terrain is too difficult to traverse on foot. Nor is flying an option due to the winds.
Too much ground to cover in any case. Is there no way to narrow it down?
There is one place we thought to look first. An isolated village rumored to have once been home to a Reaper order.
Oh.
That would indeed make an excellent start. though the question of how to get there remains.
Euless may be of assistance. Let us return to Camp Broken Glass and consult him.
Oh, Anne, what a welcome surprise. And I see you're traveling with a large crew as usual. Not to suggest that's an inconvenience for us, we'd be happy to share our supplies with you and your allies, should you require any. Apologies if we interrupt, Julius, but there is a matter we wish to discuss. We've just finished our routine briefing, so you come at a good time. Is this about the Void Scent? It is. From what we can discern, they're coming from the mountains to the east. Practitioners of the Reaper arts once lived in that area, did they not? Yes, they had a village there in the Lapis Manalis caverns. The Scythe wielders forged pacts with Void Scent and took to battle with the beings at their side. For a time, they played an invaluable role in our military, but the advent of Magitech saw them fall out of favor. And when some were unmasked as insurrectionists, the order was outlawed. The village is believed to be long abandoned. Speaking of their art, it seems you've picked it up. Who was it that taught you? Well, I suppose it's neither here nor there now. My sister has been taken captive by the Void Scent. I sensed her presence in this land and have come in search of her. If Void Scent have been sighted here, then I believe there is a connection. We should like to investigate these caverns you mentioned, but Alphino tells us they are not easily reached. I'm afraid so. Deep snow and tumultuous winds rule out walking and flying. If you want to get anywhere, you're going to need a Magitech snowcraft. Alas, the last remaining functional one we had has broken down. Should still be over in Cerulia Ingens where it was abandoned. Is there anyone who can fix it? Perhaps the former engineers at Tapper's Den. Their duty included transporting ceruleum tanks to Juturna Platform G using snowcraft. I expect they had to maintain a few over the years. That's worth looking into, I'd say. In the course of delivering provisions, I've come to know the people there quite well. If they can help us, I'm sure they will. May I ask you to accompany her? Given the presence of Void Scent, it's best that we avoid traveling alone. In the meantime, will you not tell me more about the mountain? I would like to learn as much as I can before commencing our search in earnest. Come with me. I'll introduce you to someone who's well versed in the local geography. Alice, was it? I wish to speak with you. In that case, why don't you come with us to Tapper's Den? We can chat on the way. There we go. All right, what I'm going to do now, I think I'll go ahead and go back to the crafting stories. We'll pick back up on this later. We head back over to Charlian for now and finish crafting those turn-ins for the studium for the carpenter, weaver, and leather worker. Yeah, I really wish I could have gotten my crafters leveled up first. I probably could have made all the gear that I need for this, but that would take quite a bit of time here, I think, too. All right, let's see if we can get this crafting knocked out. We've done 3 of those so far. Go ahead and knock out another 3 here. Head on over to the studio. Don't need to sit here in the Aetheryte Plaza. All right, let's see. And who are we gonna do this for? I guess Carpenter. We'll go ahead and let Carpenter push themselves up here. Thank you for agreeing to assist. Please deliver the braces here once you've finished. What stunning craftsmanship! Your talent is incredible. You are a star among stars. Thank you. Without your help, I'd have no hope of ever finishing the star lens. Listen here, Jude. Today I'm going to show you how to make the most of what should be the best summers of your life. Are you familiar with the concept of barbecues? Barbecues? It is a culinary practice originating from the archipelagos off the coast of the New World. Various cuts of meat are thoroughly braised over the span of half a day. Many of our peers prefer studying alone in dreary silence, but that is not so with the Poetry Club. We gather around the fire of the barbecue, discussing the finer points of literature, reciting poetry as we watch the meat smoke and sear. Perhaps the flames that sear the meat will finally ignite a fire in your heart large enough to propel you into action. At long last, you will be able to declare your undying love for that homely yet somehow still alluring girl. What do you say? Honestly, I do not know why you would come to me with such a proposal. Join our poetry club, Jude. Just have one taste and you'll realize exactly what you're missing out on. Jeremiah, you live boldly and elegantly. Unlike you, however, I am a solitary creature. Just the thought of eating across from another is enough to send chills down my spine. Nonsense. Surely you at least take meals with your peers. You are my only friend. You jest. I never learned how to make friends. They do not teach you that at school. This is but further evidence you mustn't remain here alone and isolated. I'll continue to visit until I get that through your thick head. Jeremiah never fails to impress me. He has so many friends who, unlike me, are all outgoing and full of cheer. He seems to be having so much fun. If only I could be more like him. You'll get there. You're right. Lamenting my situation will get me nowhere. Chin up, Jude. If you're always looking down, you'll forget to look at the stars. Exactly. Thank you. I feel much better now. That said, we still lack the necessary parts to complete the star lens. I still have a few things to take care of, but you'll be hearing from me again before long. Thanks to her encouragement, my heart, which was as weak as a marmot, has now grown a bit tougher. Tough enough to match pudding. Okay. I am now a marginally scary individual. And the next one will be available at 83. Alright, so let's see, next let's do blacksmith, I guess. Blacksmith, armor, goldsmith. We've got to make, let's see here. Gold plating. Dwarven mithril ingots and nuggets. Dimithrite ore. 24 of those and 6 mithrite ores. And dimithrite sand. Okay. A popcorn face. Oh, we got a popcorn face. Popcorn. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we like popcorn. Very nice. Yeah, we're gonna do some gathering and crafting. We also like crafting. Let's see. What else can we get here? Deep gold nuggets are gonna need what? We gotta make 12 of those, it looks like. True gold sand, which we'll need. All right. 24 of those, it looks like. True gold sand. So we'll gather up the materials to do this batch, and we'll see what's needed for cooking and alchemy, and knock those out too. Then we'll have to level up our crafters and gatherers to get the next tier. And what I'm thinking I might do actually is just go ahead and craft up a collectibles offline. If I could go ahead and just get everybody up to 90 or close to 90, then I can push through the rest of the crafters and gatherers stories at will, or whenever I want to here, and that'll make it a little bit more interesting and less time consuming, I think, on stream. There's 24 of those. Oh, we only needed 12, I guess. Or no, 12 times 4. I need 48. Yeah, make sure I get enough of that. Need 48. 48. Well, that's an easy 48. Alright, next one. Let's see. We got everything to make those. Okay. Good enough. And let's see then. Dwarven mithril nuggets. Grab me some more dimethrite sand. I'll need 48 of those, or no, only 24 of those. That'll do it. Let's see next. Dimethrite ore and mithrite ore. $24 of those. How about that? 24 there. And then, of course, some mithrite ore, which will be, we'll see how that works. See if we can uncover some of that. Yeah, I think I should just need, what, 6 of those, right? I don't have any stashed away anywhere, so just 6 mithrite ores ought to be enough. Alright. Which one? What skill is it here? Not that one. Yeah, that's the one. All we needed to do was hit one of those gatherer's boons. Alright, enough of that. Let's go craft those up now. And let's see, blacksmith, armor, goldsmith. Let's do goldsmith. Oh, we gotta craft the other materials first, though. Alright, so deep gold nuggets are smithing and armor. Dwarven mithril is goldsmith. Alright. So let's quicksynth those. All right, let's get to work on these then. That macro is such overkill for this. Just gonna double check our gatherers. I think we can't do the next ones yet. Those are 83 and that one's 83. Yeah. We'll have to level up craft or our gatherers as well. Offline if we can. Alrighty. And let's turn those in then. What'd you say? Said, pray, let me know when you've made the plating. Oh, okay. Okay. Great work! I can see you're a fine craftswoman indeed. Thank the gods for sending you our way. We have begun to earn Rurush's trust. Truly splendid work. Our little friend is looking much better already. Oh, it feels like watching my own child growing up. That you are here to help means more than you know. I am glad to see you in such high spirits, Professor. Truly I am. But is it really wise for us to use the entirety of our remaining budget on this project? Oh, Bork, lighten up. Have I ever steered you wrong in the past? Well, I suppose not. Even so, you must forgive me if I feel uneasy seeing our coffers so thoroughly emptied. Better that the money is used than left to gather dust, I say. While I do agree that being miserly serves little purpose, the opposite extreme may not be the best approach. Well, there's no need for you to fret, Anne. I have set aside more than enough scrips to see you duly compensated for your efforts. But enough talk of boring old financial matters. I believe it is time for us to start work on our little friend's insides. However, know that this will be an altogether more difficult process than reinforcing its exterior. Let me know when you feel up to the task. Rurusha now considers me a rookie relic restorer. And let's see, next will be alchemist and culinarian. Antelope sweetener. Alright, I gotta make some more garden beet sugar. Collect some lime basil and light gerbera. Alright, so I've got 6 garden beet sugars now. I need a total of 24. I need to make 18 more, which is 6 more crafts. So 30 more garden beets. Let's go grab us 30 more garden beets then. And that'll do it. Let's see. Next one. Some lime basil. How about that 6 right away there? Alright, well that'll be enough of those. And then light gerbera. Oh, that's also right here, I guess. I should have paid attention more. Alright. 6 light gerbera, perhaps. Nice. Convenient anyways. Let's go back and do those. Alright, crank out 6 of these and we'll have this tier of the Alchemist and Culinarian story completed.
Oh, okay. I tried changing the voice here. We'll see how that works. It says it's changed the voice. I don't know. Maybe it's working.
Maybe it's not. Oh, good. All right. Yeah, all right, so it is switching it on and then turning it back off again, it looks like. So that's good anyways. All right, thanks, Lily, for confirming that. I appreciate it. So, yeah, I'm not sure what happened before. It may have... I'm concerned that if more than one person tries to do multiple things, that the... you know, they might get in the way of each other, perhaps. I don't know. There's probably stuff that could easily get messed up. Too many moving parts sometimes in these streams, I think. But at least if they're done in solitaire, the solitary, then they seem to work okay, I guess. All right, that's all 6 of those. Yeah, let's turn those in. The recipe for the sweetener isn't giving you any trouble, I hope. I can hardly wait to see how it turns out. All right. Well, let's turn them in and see. Gotta level up. Thank you, Anne. After trying a little taste, I can safely say that you've managed to hit the sweet spot. Not overly mild and not overly rich. We have begun to earn De Broy's trust. Deliver the items De Broy needs and deliver them often to improve your standing. Yep. With your sweetener added to the mix, I went ahead and baked a second test batch of panaloaf. As for the result, well, I took some samples over to the last stand for customers to try. I'm going to try something else here too. While I've got it minimized. All right, let's, I don't know, I'm just going to pick a random one here. There we go. All right, as for the result, well, I took some samples over to the last stand for the customers to try. And they said the taste was passable, which is a significant improvement over the nausea-inducing wretchedness of the original recipe. As I had hoped, a little sweetness was instrumental in tying the myriad flavors together. The key here being a little sweetness. We wouldn't want to go overboard and endanger the nutritional balance of our perfect meal. Oh, I'm told one of our regulars is at his table today, and he is a man with a decidedly particular palate. Why don't we head over and ask for his impression of our second batch? If I may ask, what did you think of the bread, sir? Not bad, not bad. I give the flavor a passing grade. The texture, however, needs some attention. Ah, the texture. It is not overly noticeable with the bite-sized sample, but after 1 or 2 full slices, I fear one might begin to struggle with the somewhat dry and powdery consistency. I had not considered that. Thank you for your most valuable insight, sir. We will certainly keep that in mind for future batches. Nothing is ever simple, is it? Improving the texture will be our next task then. I'll give the problem some thought, then we can work together on creating the solution. I'm now considered a reliable baker. All right. And that's where we'll leave it for today. What I'll do is I'll see if I can get these leveled up by what is it? Today's Tuesday. By Thursday's stream, so we can continue on and at least unlock the next tier of the stories for the crafters and gatherers, so we have those available while we work on the actual story. So let's see, and I will leave this on, I think, for a short time. I'm going to mess with my settings here, but hope the rest of you have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you happen to be in the world today. And we look forward to seeing you again, either tomorrow for Infinite Undiscovery, or certainly Thursday morning when we get back to Final Fantasy XIV here. So take care of yourselves and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.